Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Ambassador, welcome.
Thank you.
You've heard many expressions of our gratefulness for your leadership, but let me add your passion as well as your steadfastness. We're very grateful for your willingness to appear here before us, but also the larger signals that you're sending regarding our appropriate new type of engagement with the international community. If I could, I want to show you something that was personally very impactful to me. I don't know if you can see this. This is a gentleman named Omar, and this is in the town of Sinjar. And as you very much recall, Sinjar was the site where ISIS attacked and was on the verge of slaughtering massive amounts of the Yazidi community, women and children, men who were left as well. Due to the United States quick intervention, many, many lives were saved. This gentleman, after Sinjar was cleared, he's now in the United States, but he returned to his town. And again, he professes the ancient faith tradition of being a Yazidi. But when he went back to his own home, the Christian church next door was in absolute rubble. And with his own hands, he fashioned this wooden cross and put it on top of the Christian church. And he said to me personally, he said, "These were my brothers." In this area of northern Iraq, you've had a long tradition of pluralism, where ancient faith traditions, Christian, Yazidis, other religious minorities, as well as Muslims, have lived together and have created a tapestry of, based upon this idea of human dignity, which flows from human rights. When ISIS began their direct extermination campaign against the Christians, Yazidis, and other religious minorities, the House of Representatives rallied, and we passed a resolution declaring, we declared it unanimously, that what is happening there is genocide. Secretary Kerry, to his credit, a few days later followed with the full weight and moral authority of the United States government, declared it to be so as well. What I would request of you respectfully is that you continue this essential work of elevating this issue, this fundamental assault on human dignity, this principle of civilization before the body which you represent. If we could urge you, and if you'd be willing to take a leadership role to introduce a resolution, similar resolution, that says what is happening to these ancient faith traditions who have every right to be there in northern Iraq, in Syria as much as anyone else. What has happened to them is genocide. It continues to press the issue of international consciousness as to their plight, but also creates the gateways of the types of policy consideration which can potentially helps the re-securitization, revitalization, as well as the repatriation of people who have had to flee and are nearby. So this has huge implications for migration as well. So is that something that you could consider and undertake, building upon the last conversation we had?
So yes, we would like to work with you on that, but also the fact that when I got to the UN, ISIS accountability, UK had been trying to get ISIS accountability moving forward for a while, and I think Iraq was very concerned about it, and they were worried that it was going to turn on them. We have since been able to get Iraq to start to consider this and move forward, so we've actually made great progress on ISIS accountability. It's so important for so many reasons. When these mass graves are found, the evidence is hard to keep if we're not actually collecting it. We can decide how to deal with it later, but it's very important. And certainly with the minorities in the area, it is continuing to be more and more of an issue, and we need to put ISIS on notice. So the idea of having an ISIS Accountability Act, whether it's Yazidis, whether it's Christians, any of those, hopefully it will continue to let them know we are going to be watching, we are going to try and have accountability in that system, but we look forward to working with you on those resolutions.
If we can pursue this, what it does several things. First of all, it gives the remnant of the community still there who had to flee, who are in the Kurdish areas, in camps in Turkey, many of whom are unaccounted for in Lebanon as well. We're also talking about Syrian refugees who've had to flee as well. It gives them a sense of hope that there may be the possibility of, again, security measures forthcoming. The administration has already talked about interim zones of stability that would give the chance for, again, some measure of security that people can go back and reclaim their ancestral homelands. This is not only essential because of the issue of human rights and justice, it's essential for the long-term stability of the Middle East, which is inextricably intertwined with our own national security. Thank you, Madam.
I agree. Thank you.